I open my eyes before the alarm goes off. I always do. The room is still dark, but there's a thin line of pale orange light creeping in through the gap in the curtains. Dawn in Los Santos. The air smells like warm dust and distant ocean salt. Even here, 3 blocks from the beach in Del Perro. I lie still for a moment. The ceiling fan turns slowly above me. It clicks. One rotation, click. Another rotation, click. Outside, I can hear the low hum of the city waking up. A car passes, then another. The sound fades into the distance, swallowed by the size of this place. I take a breath. The sheets are thin and familiar. I've had them for years. They smell like laundry detergent and the faint mustiness of this apartment. It's not much, but it's mine. I sit up slowly. My feet find the floor. The carpet is worn and slightly rough under my soles. I stand, stretch my arms over my head, and feel my shoulders pop gently. The apartment is small. 1 room, really. A bed in the corner. A kitchenette along one wall. A bathroom behind a door that doesn't quite close all the way. A window that looks out onto the street below. I walk to the window and pull the curtain aside. The street is quiet. A few early risers are already out. A jogger in bright yellow shorts moves past, headphones in, arms pumping. A man in a stained shirt leans against a wall, smoking. He doesn't move, just stands there, staring at nothing. The sky is turning lighter now, pale blue mixed with soft pink. The buildings across the street are still in shadow, but the tops are catching the first glow of the sun. I let the curtain fall back. Time to start the day. I move to the kitchenette. There's a small electric kettle on the counter. I fill it with water from the tap. The water sputters at first, then flows clear and cold. I set the kettle on its base and press the button. It begins to hum. While the water heats, I open the cupboard. Inside, there are a few mismatched mugs, a box of instant coffee, a half-empty jar of sugar. I take down a mug white with a faded logo from some radio station. I've never listened to Anne Spoon in some coffee granules. The kettle clicks off. I pour the water slowly, watching the dark granules dissolve and swirl. Steam rises. I add a spoonful of sugar, stir it with a bent spoon, and take the mug to the window. I stand there, sipping, looking down at the street. More people now. A woman pushes a stroller. 2 men in construction gear walk side by side, talking quietly. A delivery truck rumbles past, engine rattling. The city is waking up, and so am I. I finish the coffee and set the mug in the sink. I'll wash it later. I move to the small closet near the door. Inside, my clothes hang in a neat row. Jeans, a few shirts, a jacket, and my work uniform. Simple button-up shirt, pale blue, with a small company logo on the chest. Downtown Cabco. I pulled the shirt off the hanger and slip it on. The fabric is soft from many washes. I button it slowly, 1 button at a time, starting at the bottom. Jeans next, then socks, then my shoes, scuffed brown sneakers that have seen better days but are still comfortable. I checked myself in the small mirror by the door. I look like I always do. Ordinary, forgettable, just another face in Los Santos. That's fine with me. I grab my keys from the hook by the door. They jingle softly. My wallet goes in my back pocket. My phone, old and cracked in one corner, slips into my front pocket. I take one last look around the apartment. Everything is where it should be. I open the door and step into the hallway. The building is quiet. The walls are thin, and I can hear a television playing somewhere. Muffled voices and canned laughter. Someone coughs. A door closes softly. I walk down the hall to the stairs. The carpet here is stained and smells faintly of mildew. The light overhead flickers. Down one flight, then another. The lobby is small. A row of metal mailboxes lines one wall. A plant in the corner is half dead, its leaves brown and curling. I push through the front door and step outside. The air is warmer now. The sun is higher and the light is bright and clear. I squint against it. The street is busier. Cars roll past. A bus pulls up to a stop across the street. Its brakes hissing. People step off, heads down, already moving. I turn left and start walking. The cab lot is 6 blocks away. I walk the same route every morning, past the laundromat with the broken sign. Past the corner store with the barred windows and the faded advertisements for beer and lottery tickets. Past the taco stand that doesn't open until noon. I know every crack in the sidewalk, every graffiti tag on every wall, every smell exhaust fumes, fried food, seawater, hot concrete. Los Santos is loud, but if you walk early enough, you can find pockets of quiet. I pass a small park, just a patch of brown grass and a few benches. An old man sits on one of them, feeding pigeons from a paper bag. The birds cluster around his feet, cooing and pecking. He looks up as I pass. I nod. He nods back. We don't speak. We never do. I keep walking. The cab lot sits at the end of a narrow street, tucked between a pawn shop and a mechanic's garage. It's not much, just a chain link fence, a small office trailer, and a dozen cabs parked in crooked rows. The gate is already open. I step through and head toward the office. The door is propped open with a cinder block. Inside, I can hear the radio playing classic rock, a song I've heard 1,000 times. I knock on the doorframe. Yeah, come in, a voice calls. I step inside. The office is cramped and cluttered, papers everywhere, a desk covered in coffee stains, a calendar on the wall, 3 months out of date, and behind the desk, Eddie Hour, dispatcher, manager, and sometimes mechanic. He's a big man, balding, with a thick mustache and a perpetually tired expression. He looks up at me and grunts. Morning, I say. He slides a clipboard across the desk. Sign in, cab 7 today. Keys are on the board. I sign my name on the sheet. My handwriting is neat, automatic. I take the keys from the pegboard on the wall. A single key on a plastic tag. Number 7, quiet night, I ask. Eddie shrugs. Quiet enough. Some drunk kids, couple airport runs, nothing special. Good radios, working today. Check in every 2 hours, will do. He waves me off, already turning back to his paperwork. I leave the office and head toward the cabs. Cab 7 is parked near the back. It's a standard Los Santos taxi boxy yellow with a dented bumper and a cracked taillight. The paint is faded. The interior smells like old cigarettes and air freshener. But the engine runs, the tires are good, and it gets me through the day. I unlock the door and slide into the driver's seat. The seat is worn, molded to the shape of too many drivers. I adjust the rearview mirror, check the fuel gauge, half a tank, enough to start. I turn the key. The engine coughs, sputters, then roars to life. I let it idle for a moment, listening. Everything sounds normal. I shift into gear and pull out of the lot onto the street. The city spreads out before me. Another day, another shift. I turn onto the main road and merge into traffic. The morning traffic is light. I drive west, toward the coast, where the tourists and early risers will be looking for rides. The radio crackles softly. Dispatch hasn't called yet. That's fine. I'm in no hurry. I stop at a red light. To my left, a woman in a business suit taps on her phone, not looking up. To my right, a pickup truck idles, its engine rumbling low. The driver stares straight ahead, expressionless. The light turns green. We all move forward together. I drive slowly down Vespucci Boulevard. The palm trees sway gently in the breeze. The ocean is visible. Between the buildings, a strip of dark blue, glittering in the morning sun. There are people on the sidewalks now, more than before. A man in a tank top walks a small dog. The dog stops to sniff a fire hydrant. The man waits, patient. 2 women jog past, side by side, ponytails bouncing. A street vendor sets up his cart near the corner, arranging newspapers and magazines in neat rows. Everything is familiar. Everything is the same as it was yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that. The radio crackles. Any units near Del Perro Pier? We've got a pickup. Corner of Palomino and Bay. Single passenger. Airport run. I reach for the radio clipped to the dashboard. This is 7. I'm 2 blocks away. I'll take it. Copy. 7. Passengers waiting outside the coffee shop. On my way, I turn left at the next intersection, cutting through a side street. The buildings here are lower, older. Apartments with peeling paint. A liquor store with bars on the windows. A tattoo parlor that isn't open yet. I reach Palomino in less than a minute. The coffee shop is easy to spot. It's a small place, sandwiched between a dry cleaner and a cell phone repair shop. The windows are fogged with steam. A few people sit inside at small tables. Outside, On the curb, a woman stands with a suitcase. She's young, maybe mid-20s. She wears jeans and a hoodie, sunglasses pushed up on her head. She looks tired. I pull up beside her and roll down the passenger window. "Taxi," I call. She nods, already moving toward the trunk. I pop it open. She lifts her suitcase heavier than it looks. From the way she grunts and sets it inside, the trunk closes with a solid thunk. She slides into the back seat. "Airport, please," she says. Her voice is quiet, a little hoarse. "No problem." I pull away from the curb and merge back into traffic. The drive to the airport takes about 20 minutes, depending on traffic. I stay in the right lane, keeping a steady pace. No need to rush. The woman in the back seat leans her head against the window. She doesn't speak, doesn't look at her phone, just stares out at the city passing by. I glance at her in the rearview mirror. She looks like someone leaving something behind, but that's none of my business. We pass through Little Seoul. The signs here are in 2 languages. Restaurants with names I can't pronounce, markets with bright awnings. The smell of grilled meat drifts through the open window. A group of school kids waits at a crosswalk, backpacks slung over their shoulders. They laugh and shove each other the way kids do. The light changes. I drive on. The woman in the back seat shifts slightly. "Do you like driving?" she asks suddenly. I glance at her in the mirror. Her eyes are still on the window. "It's a job," I say. "Yeah," she says. "I guess it is." Silence again. I don't mind it. Some passengers want to talk, some don't. I've learned not to push. We reach the highway. The traffic thickens here. Cars merge and weave. A motorcyclist zips past, engine whining. A truck lumbers along in the slow lane, hazard lights blinking. I stay in the middle lane, steady, safe. The city sprawls on either side of the highway, buildings stacked on top of buildings, construction cranes frozen mid-swing, billboards advertising things nobody needs. The woman in the back seat closes her eyes. I think she might be asleep, but then she speaks again. "Do you ever want to leave?" I think about the question. "Leave where?" I ask. "Here, Los Santos. This place." I watch the road, the white lines blurring past. "No," I say. "Not really." "Why not?" I shrug. Even though she can't see it. "It's home," I say. "It's what I know." She doesn't respond. A few minutes later, I see the airport signs, green and white, clear and direct. Los Santos International Airport is massive. Terminals stretch out like arms. Planes sit on the tarmac, huge and white, engines gleaming, people everywhere, suitcases, uniforms, the constant hum of movement. I follow the signs to departures. The drop-off zone is crowded. Cars, security guards in yellow vests wave people along. A whistle blows. I pull up to the curb. The woman in the back seat sits up, blinking. She looks around, as if remembering where she is. "This good?" I ask. "Yeah, perfect." I pop the trunk. She gets out, moves to the back, and pulls out her suitcase. She comes to the driver's window, hands me to 20s. "Keep the change," she says. "Thanks." She nods, starts to walk away, then stops, turns back. "Good luck," she says. I don't know what she means, but I nod. "You too." She disappears into the crowd. I pull away from the curb, merging back into the flow of airport traffic. The meter resets. The fare is gone. The back seat is empty again. Already, I'm thinking about the next ride. The radio crackles. "Unit 7, you still at the airport?" I pick up the radio. "Yeah, just dropped off. Got another pickup for you. Arrivals, International Terminal. Name's Patel. Copy. On my way." I loop around, following the signs to arrivals. The arrivals terminal is just as busy, maybe busier. People pour out of the automatic doors, dragging suitcases, carrying backpacks, looking lost or relieved or exhausted. I scan the crowd. A man in a suit stands near the curb, phone pressed to his ear. A family clusters together, 3 kids and 2 parents, all looking up at the signs. Then I see him, a man in his 50s, maybe, dark skin, graying hair. He wears a polo shirt and khakis, a single carry-on bag at his feet. He holds a sign, handwritten on cardboard. It says, "Taxi Patel." I pull up beside him. He sees the cab and smiles, relieved. He opens the back door and tosses his bag onto the seat, then climbs in after it. "Thank God," he says, breathing hard. "I've been waiting 20 minutes. Sorry about that," I say, Where to? He gives me an address. Rockford Hills, the nice part of town. No problem, I say. I pull away from the curb. Mr. Patel is a talker. I've been in Chicago, he says. 3 days. Business conference. Terrible weather. Cold. Windy. I'm so glad to be back. Yeah, I say. It's nice here today. It's always nice here, he says, laughing. That's why I moved here 20 years ago. Best decision I ever made. I nod, keeping my eyes on the road. He keeps talking about the conference, about his business, something to do with importing electronics, about his wife who's waiting at home, about his daughter who just started college. I make small sounds of acknowledgement. Yeah, that's good. He doesn't need much from me. He just needs someone to listen. That's fine. I'm good at listening. We leave the airport behind. The highway stretches ahead, wide and clean. The traffic is moving now. I press the gas and let the cab pick up speed. Mr. Patel talks the whole way. I watch the city pass by. Rockford Hills is different from Del Perro. The streets are wider, cleaner. The houses are huge, set back behind tall gates and manicured lawns. Palm trees line the sidewalks, perfectly spaced. Everything here looks expensive. I follow the GPS directions, turning onto a quiet street. Mr. Patel's house is halfway down, a 2-story with white stucco and a red tile roof. A black Mercedes sits in the driveway. I pull up to the curb. Here we are, I say. Mr. Patel leans forward, looking out the window. Ah, yes, home sweet home. He pulls out his wallet, hands me 2 bills, a 20 and a 10. The fare was 23. Keep it, he says. Thanks. He grabs his bag and steps out. You have a good day, my friend. You too. He waves and walks up the driveway, already pulling out his keys. I watch him unlock the door and disappear inside. Then I pull away. The radio crackles. All units, we've got a pickup request downtown, Spring Street and 4th. Anyone nearby? I'm not far. 10 minutes, maybe. I pick up the radio. 7. I can take it. Copy. 7. Passenger is waiting near the bus stop. On my way, I turn the cab around and head back toward the city center. Downtown Los Santos is different in the daylight. At night, it glows neon and headlights and the electric hum of a city that never really sleeps. But during the day, it's all glass and steel and sharp angles. Buildings reach up into the blue sky, their windows reflecting the sun in blinding sheets of light. I drive slowly down Spring Street. The sidewalks are crowded. Business people in suits walk quickly, phones in hand. A street performer plays guitar near a corner, his case open at his feet, a few bills scattered inside. A hot dog vendor shouts at passersby. The smell of exhaust and grilled onions drifts through my open window. I scan the bus stop up ahead. A woman stands there, arms crossed, looking down the street. She's older, maybe 60. She wears a floral print dress and carries a large handbag. I pull up beside her. She squints at me through the window. You, the taxi? She asks. Yes, ma'am. She nods and opens the back door, settling in with a soft grunt. She sets her handbag on the seat beside her. Where to? I ask. Vinewood, the medical center on Eclipse Boulevard. Got it. I pull back into traffic. The woman sits quietly for a few blocks, hands folded in her lap. Then she sighs. I hate going to the doctor, she says. Yeah, I say, not many people like it. I'm fine. I feel fine. But my daughter insists. She worries. That's good though, that she cares. The woman makes a small noise. Not quite agreement, not quite disagreement. She lives in San Fierro. She continues. Calls me every day. Mama, did you take your medicine? Mama, did you go to your appointment? I tell her I'm not a child, but she doesn't listen. I glance at her in the mirror. Her face is soft, lined with age, but her eyes are sharp. She loves you, I say. I know, the woman says quietly. I know she does. We drive in silence for a while. Vinewood sprawls across the hills north of downtown. The roads wind upward, curving through neighborhoods that shift from block to block. Expensive homes, rundown apartments, gated communities, cracked sidewalks. Los Santos is like that. Everything mixed together. I take the turns slowly. The cab suspension isn't great, and I can feel every bump in the road. The woman in the back seat sways gently with the movement. She doesn't complain. noon. Eclipse Boulevard cuts through the heart of Vinewood. Shops and restaurants line the street. People walk dogs. Couples sit at outdoor cafes, sipping coffee. The medical center is on the east side, a low, modern building with tinted windows and a parking lot out front. I pull into the Circle Drive and stop near the entrance. Here you go, I say. The woman leans forward, peering out the window. Yes, this is it. She reaches into her handbag and pulls out a worn leather wallet. She counts out the fare carefully, then adds a few extra dollars. Thank you, dear, she says, handing me the money. You're welcome. Good luck with your appointment. She smiles. Oh, I'll be fine. It's just my daughter making a fuss. She gets out slowly, adjusting her dress, and walks toward the entrance. I watch her go. She moves carefully, but steadily. Then I pull away. It's almost noon now. The sun is high and hot. The temperature inside the cab is rising, even with the windows down. I stop at a red light and wipe my forehead with the back of my hand. My stomach rumbles. I haven't eaten since the coffee this morning. The radio crackles, but I don't hear my number. Other drivers checking in, other pickups. The city is busy today. I decide to take a break. There's a taco stand I like on Mission Row, near the police station. It's run by an older man named Hector. He's been there for years. I parked the cab on the street and walk over. Hector sees me coming and grins. My friend, the usual. Yeah, I say, thanks. He nods and gets to work. I lean against the side of the stand and watch the street. A police cruiser rolls past, slow and deliberate. The officer inside doesn't look at me, just scans the sidewalks, the alleys, the parked cars. Two kids skateboard past, wheels clattering on the concrete. A pigeon lands near my feet and pecks at a discarded French fry. Hector hands me a paper basket, 2 tacos, wrapped in foil, a wedge of lime on the side. $6, he says. I hand him a 10. Keep Italiano, gracias. Amigo. I take the basket and walk back to the cab. I sit in the driver's seat, door open, feet on the pavement, and unwrap the first taco. Carne asada, onions, cilantro, a little salsa. I bite into it. The flavors are simple, familiar, good. I eat slowly, watching the people walk past. A man in a suit talks loudly on his phone, gesturing with one hand. A mother pushes a stroller, her toddler asleep inside. A delivery driver jogs into a building, arms full of packages. Everyone has somewhere to be. Everyone is moving, except me. Right now, I'm still, and that's okay. I finish the tacos and crumple the foil into a ball. I toss it into a trash can nearby. The lime wedge I squeeze into my mouth, sour and sharp. It clears my head. I take a long drink from the water bottle I keep in the cup holder. Then I get back in the cab, close the door, and start the engine. The radio crackles. Unit 7, you available? I pick up the radio. Yeah, go ahead. Got a pickup on Alta Street, near the Richard Majestic Building. 2 passengers. Drop off in Burton. Copy. I'm close. Be there in 5. Thanks. 7. I shift into gear and pull back onto the road. Alta Street runs along the western edge of downtown. The Richard Majestic Building is one of the taller ones in Old Hotel, converted into offices and apartments. The facade is faded, but it still has a certain elegance. I pull up in front. 2 people stand on the sidewalk, a man and a woman, both young, maybe early 30s. The man wears a graphic t-shirt and ripped jeans. The woman has bright pink hair and a leather jacket. They see the cab and wave. I unlock the doors. They climb in, laughing about something. Burton, right? I say. Yeah, the man says. Burton and Horrick. Near the coffee place. Got it. I pull into traffic. The couple talks to each other in the back seat. Their voices are animated, overlapping. They're discussing a movie they just saw. Some action thing. Explosions and car chases. It was so bad, the woman says, laughing. It was amazing, the man counters. That's the point. It's supposed to be ridiculous. There's ridiculous, and then there's just lazy. You have no sense of fun. I have plenty of sense. You're the one who laughed at the scene where they dissolve into laughter again. I smile, even though they can't see it. It's nice, hearing people happy. I drive west, toward Burton. The buildings here are mid-rise. Apartments, and small businesses. A gym on one corner, a cannabis dispensary on another. The streets are busy with lunch hour traffic. I wait at lights, merge carefully, take my time. The couple in the back seat has moved on to talking about where to eat. Pizza, the man says. We had pizza yesterday, the woman says. So, pizza is timeless. You're impossible. They're still debating when I pull up to the corner they requested. Here you go, I say. The man leans forward, pulling out his wallet. He hands me a 20. The fare is 14. Keep it, he says. Thanks. They climb out, still talking, still laughing. I watch them walk down the sidewalk, the woman shoving the man playfully. Then I pull away. The afternoon stretches on. More pickups, more drop-offs. A businessman who doesn't say a word, just types on his laptop the entire ride. An elderly couple going to a restaurant in Little Seoul. They hold hands in the back seat. A teenager with headphones in, nodding along to music I can't hear. Each ride blends into the next. The city moves around me. I move through it. Around 3 o'clock, the radio goes quiet for a while. I find myself driving aimlessly, looping through neighborhoods, waiting for the next call. I pass through Shrubbery, through Chamberlain Hills, through Davis. The houses here are smaller, closer together, chain-link fences and barred windows. Kids play in a front yard, spraying each other with a hose. An old man sits on a porch, fanning himself with a newspaper. I turn down a residential street. It's quiet here, tree-lined, peaceful. I slow down, just driving, feeling the hum of the engine, the warmth of the sun through the windshield. This is the part of the job I like most. Not the fares, not the conversations, just this. Driving, being part of the city, watching it live. The radio crackles again. Unit 7, pickup request at Legion Square, corner of Integrity Way and Power Street. Single passenger. I pick up the radio. Copy. I'm about 10 minutes out. Thanks. 7. I turn the cab around and head back downtown. Legion Square sits at the heart of the city. A wide plaza with fountains and benches. Office buildings tower on all sides. During lunch, it's packed with people. But now, in the mid-afternoon lull, it's quieter. I pull up to the corner. A young man stands there, backpack slung over one shoulder. He wears shorts and a faded band t-shirt. He looks around nervously, then sees the cab and hurries over. He gets in quickly. Hey, can you take me to the LS River, near the bridge on Innocence Boulevard? Sure. He sits back, breathing hard, like he's been running. I pull into traffic and head east. The LS River isn't really a river, not anymore. It's a concrete channel, wide and flat, cutting through the industrial part of the city. In some places, there's a trickle of water. In others, it's completely dry. Graffiti covers the walls. Homeless encampments cluster under the bridges. During the day, it's mostly empty. I drive along the access road, following the passenger's directions. Here, he says suddenly, this is good. I pull over. He gets out, looks around, then leans back in. How much? 18. He hands me a 20. Keep it. Thanks. He nods and walks toward the bridge, disappearing down a set of concrete steps. I sit there for a moment, engine idling, watching the empty river. Then I pull away. The sun is lower now, moving toward the western hills. The light has changed, softer, golden. The harsh brightness of midday is fading into something gentler. I drive north, away from the river, back toward the central parts of the city. The radio is quiet again. I don't mind. Sometimes the quiet stretches are just as important as the busy ones. Time to breathe, time to think, or not think, just drive. I pass through Cypress Flats. Warehouses line the streets here. Loading docks, 18-wheelers parked in rows. The smell of diesel and hot asphalt. A few workers stand outside a building, smoking cigarettes. They don't look up as I pass. The roads here are wide and straight, easy driving. I let my mind wander. I think about the apartment, about the coffee mug still sitting in the sink, about what I'll have for dinner. Maybe I'll stop somewhere on the way home, pick up something simple, or maybe I'll just make toast. Toast is easy. The radio crackles. Unit 7, you there? I pick it up. Yeah, I'm here. Got a pickup for you, in Vespucci, near the canals. Lady called, said she's got groceries. Might need a hand. No problem. I'm on my way. Thanks. 7. I turn west and head toward the coast. Vespucci Canals is one of the older neighborhoods. Small houses packed close together, narrow streets, canals running between them, murky green water that smells faintly of rot and salt. It's quiet here, residential. A few people sit on porches. A dog barks somewhere in the distance. I follow the address to a small house with peeling yellow paint. A woman stands outside, surrounded by grocery bags. She's in her 40s, maybe, brown hair pulled back in a ponytail. She wears yoga pants and an oversized sweater. I pull up and get out. "You need a hand?" I ask. She looks relieved. "Oh, thank God, yes, please. I thought I could carry all this, but..." She gestures at the bags. "There are at least 10 of them, no problem." I start loading bags into the trunk. She grabs a few and loads them into the back seat. The bags are heavy. Cans, bottles, a watermelon. "Big shop," I say. She laughs. "Yeah, I only go once a week. I hate grocery shopping." Fair enough. We finish loading. She climbs into the back seat, wedging herself between 2 bags. "Where to?" I ask. She gives me an address. Mirror Park, about 15 minutes away. Got it. I close the trunk and get back in the driver's seat. We drive east, cutting through the city. The woman shifts in her seat, trying to get comfortable. "Sorry," she says. "I know this is probably annoying." "It's fine," I say. "I've had worse." She laughs. "Yeah, once had a guy bring a bicycle, wanted to put it in the back seat. Took 10 minutes just to get it in. Did it fit? Barely." She laughs again. The sound is warm. We fall into an easy silence. Mirror Park is tucked into the hills east of downtown. The houses here are modest. Small yards, older cars parked on the street, kids' bikes lying in driveways. It feels lived in, real. I pull up to the address she gave me. A small 1-story house, beige stucco, a cactus in the front yard. "This is it," she says. I pop the trunk and get out. She's already opening the back door, pulling out bags. "I can help you get them inside," I offer. "Really? That would be amazing." "Sure." We carry the bags up the short walkway to the front door. She unlocks it and pushes it open with her hip. Inside, the house is cozy. A couch with a colorful blanket draped over it. A TV playing quietly. A cat sitting on the back of a chair, watching us with suspicious eyes. "Just set them on the counter," she says, nodding toward the kitchen. I carry the bags in, setting them down carefully. She follows with more bags, breathing hard. "Thank you so much," she says. "Seriously, you're a lifesaver." "No problem." We make 2 more trips. Finally, all the bags are inside. She pulls out her wallet and hands me 2 20s. "The fare was 18. Keep it," she says. "Thanks." She walks me to the door. "Drive safe." "Okay, you too." I pause. "Have a good day." She grins. "You too." I walk back to the cab and get in. I sit there for a moment, engine idling. The street is quiet. A breeze moves through the trees. Somewhere, a wind chime tinkles softly. I take a breath, then I pull away. The radio crackles. "All units, we've got a request near the Maze Bank Arena. Concert just let out. Probably gonna be busy. Anyone nearby?" I'm not far, maybe 10 minutes, but I hesitate. Concert crowds can be chaotic. Drunk people, impatient people who don't tip. Still, it's a fare. I pick up the radio. "This is 7. I can head that way." "Copy, 7. Good luck." I turn south and drive toward the arena. The Maze Bank Arena sits near the waterfront, a massive concrete structure that hosts concerts and sports events. As I get closer, I can see the crowd. People everywhere, streaming out of the exits, standing in clusters, laughing, shouting, taking selfies. The traffic is a mess. Cars inch forward, horns honk. Someone yells something I can't make out. I take a breath and ease into the flow. I pull up near one of the designated taxi zones. A security guard in a yellow vest waves me forward, then holds up a hand to stop me. 3 people approach, 2 women and a man. They're young, dressed in concert merch, glitter on their faces. They pile into the back seat, talking over each other. "Oh my God, that was amazing." "I know, right? When she did that thing with the... I can't believe we were that close." I wait for a break in the chatter. "Where are you headed?" I ask. One of the women leans forward. "West Vinewood. I'll give you the address when we get closer." Okay, I pull away from the curb, merging back into the slow-moving traffic. The 3 passengers keep talking about the concert, about the songs, about the lights and the crowd, and the energy. I catch fragments. Best concert I've ever been to, can't feel my feet. Totally worth it. Their excitement is infectious. I find myself smiling. It's nice being around people who are happy. The traffic clears once we're away from the arena. I take side streets, avoiding the main roads. The passengers have quieted down now. One of them yawns. "I'm so tired," she says. "Same," another says, but like, in a good way. Yeah, we reach West Vinewood. The woman in the front gives me directions. "Turn here, left at the light, right at the next corner." We pull up to a small apartment building. "This is it," she says. They climb out, stretching, groaning. One of them pays the fare, adds a decent tip. "Thanks for the ride," she says. "No problem. Glad you had a good time." They wave and head toward the building, still talking, still laughing. I watch them go, then I pull away. It's early evening now. The sky is turning colors, pink and orange and deep purple. The sun is sinking behind the hills, casting long shadows across the streets. The city lights are starting to come on. Street lamps, neon signs, headlights. Los Santos at dusk. My favorite time. I drive aimlessly for a while, down Sunset Boulevard, through the Hollywood Hills, past houses perched on hillsides, their windows glowing warm. I pass the Vinewood sign, white letters against the darkening sky. Tourists stand below it, taking pictures. I keep driving. The radio crackles. "Unit 7? Check in." I pick up the radio. "7 here? You still on shift?" I glance at the clock on the dashboard. It's almost 6. "Yeah," I say. "For a bit longer." Copy. Got a pickup request in Rockford Hills. Lady needs a ride to a restaurant downtown. You interested? "Sure. Send me the address." "Will do. Thanks." 7. I turn around and head back toward Rockford Hills. The neighborhoods are quieter now. The busy part of the day is winding down. People are home, making dinner, settling in. I find the address. Another large house, gated, a long driveway. I pull up to the gate and press the call button. A woman's voice crackles through the speaker. "Yes, taxi," I say. "Oh good, I'll be right out." The gate swings open. I drive up the driveway and park near the front door. A moment later, the door opens. A woman steps out. She's in her 50s, elegantly dressed, a black dress, heels, a small purse. She walks to the cab and gets in carefully. "Good evening," she says. "Evening," I reply. "Where to?" She gives me the name of a restaurant downtown. An expensive place, the kind with valet parking. No problem. I pull out of the driveway and head back toward the city center. The woman sits quietly in the back seat. She looks out the window, her face calm. After a few minutes, she speaks. "Have you been driving long?" "A few years," I say. "Do you enjoy it?" I think about the question. "Yeah," I say, "I do. It's steady work, and I like the city." She nods. "Los Santos is something, isn't it?" "It is. I've lived here 30 years, she says, "and I still don't feel like I know it. It's always changing." "That's true, but I suppose that's part of the charm." "Yeah," I say, "I think so." We drive in silence for a while. Downtown is busier now. The evening crowd, people going to dinner, going to bars, going to shows. I navigate through the traffic, steady and patient. The restaurant is on Dorset Drive, a sleek, modern building with soft lighting and a line of expensive cars out front. I pull up to the entrance. The woman gathers her purse. "Thank you," she says. She hands me the fare, plus a generous tip. "Thank you," I say. "Enjoy your dinner." She smiles. "I will." She steps out and walks toward the entrance. The doorman opens the door for her. She disappears inside. I pull away. The city feels different at night. The edges soften. The noise changes. Car engines and distant music. Voices drifting from open windows. The hum of neon signs buzzing overhead. I drive slowly down San Andreas Avenue, past shops closing for the night. Metal shutters rolling down. Lights clicking off, one by one. A man sweeps the sidewalk in front of his store. Back and forth. The bristles scrape against concrete. I pass a bus stop. A woman sits alone on the bench, staring at her phone, the screen casting a pale glow on her face. Everything feels slower now, more deliberate. The radio crackles. "Unit 7, you still out there?" I pick it up. "Yeah, still here. Getting close to end of shift." I glance at the clock. 6:45. "Another hour or so," I say. "Copy. Let me know when you're heading in." Will do. I set the radio down. 1 more hour, maybe 2 fares, maybe 3, then home. I turn onto Las Lagunas Boulevard and head toward the beach. The ocean comes into view between buildings. Dark water, the last traces of sunlight shimmering on the surface. The air smells different here. Salt and seaweed, the faint dampness that comes with being near the water. I roll the window down all the way and let the breeze blow through. Vespucci Beach is quiet tonight. A few people walk along the boardwalk. A couple sits on the sand, watching the waves. Someone jogs past, headphones in, arms pumping steadily. I drive along the beach road, the cab's headlights cutting through the gathering dark. The Ferris wheel turns slowly in the distance. Its lights are on now, red and blue and yellow, spinning against the purple sky. I've driven past that Ferris wheel 1,000 times, maybe more. It's always there, always turning, steady, reliable, like the city itself. The radio crackles. Unit 7, got a pickup for you. Del Perro Beach, near the pier. Guy says he's waiting by the lifeguard tower. I'm already close. Copy, I say. I'm there in 2 minutes. Thanks. 7. I turn toward the pier. The pier stretches out over the water, its wooden planks weathered and worn. Lights strung along the railing sway gently in the breeze. I see the lifeguard tower. A man stands beside it, hands in his pockets. I pull up and flash my lights. He sees me and walks over. He's in his 20s, barefoot, shorts, and a hoodie. His hair is damp, like he just got out of the water. He climbs into the back seat. Thanks, man, he says. I wasn't sure if anyone would come out here. No problem. Where to? Santa Monica Boulevard, near the corner with Meteor. I'll show you when we get close. Got it. I pull away from the beach. The guy in the back seat leans his head against the window. Long day, I ask. Yeah, he says. Good, though. I went surfing, lost track of time. Next thing I know, it's dark and I'm miles from my car. Happens. He laughs softly. Yeah, I do this at least once a week. Could be worse places to lose track of time. True. He's quiet for a moment. Then he says, you ever surf? No, I say. Never tried. You should. I don't know. It clears your head, you know. When you're out there, nothing else matters. Just you and the water. Sounds nice. It is. We drive in comfortable silence. Santa Monica Boulevard runs parallel to the coast, a few blocks inland. The neighborhoods here are a mix. Apartments and small businesses. A laundromat, a corner store, a tattoo parlor with a glowing sign. The guy in the back seat sits up. Right here, he says. This corner. I pull over. He hands me a 20. The fare is 12. Keep it, he says. Thanks. He grabs his backpack and gets out. Hey man, thanks for the ride. And seriously, try surfing sometime. I nod. Maybe I will. He grins and walks off, disappearing down a side street. I sit there for a moment. Surfing. I've never thought about it. Maybe someday. The radio is quiet now. I drive aimlessly again, looping through neighborhoods, waiting for another call. But the calls are getting fewer. The night shift drivers are probably starting soon. They'll take over. The late night crowd, the bar pickups, the people going home at 2 in the morning. That's not my world. I work days, early mornings to early evenings, the steady hours, the predictable rhythms. I turn onto a residential street and slow down. The houses here are small and close together. Lights glow in windows. I can see inside some of them. A family eating dinner at a table. A man watching TV on a couch. A woman standing in a kitchen, stirring something on the stove. Little glimpses of lives. Everyone has their own world, their own routines, and I pass through them all, invisible. Just another taxi, just another part of the city. The radio crackles. Unit 7, last call of the night for you if you want it. Pick up in Little Seoul, restaurant on Ginger Street, 2 passengers, drop off in Hawick. I think about it. 1 more fare, then I can call it a night. Copy, I say. I'll take it. Thanks. 7. They're waiting outside. I turn north and head toward Little Seoul. Ginger Street is lined with restaurants, Korean barbecue, noodle shops, karaoke bars. The smells drift through the open window. Grilled meat, garlic, sesame oil. My stomach rumbles. I should eat when I get home. Maybe I'll stop somewhere, pick up something quick. I find the restaurant, a small place with steamed up windows and a glowing sign in Korean characters. Two people stand outside, a man and a woman, both middle-aged. The man wears a button-up shirt. The woman wears a nice coat. They see the cab and walk over. I unlock the doors. They climb in, settling into the back seat with small sighs. "Good evening," the woman says. "Evening," I reply. "Hokkik." "Yes, Hokkik and Meteor, near the park." "Got it." I pull into traffic. The couple talks quietly in the back seat. Their voices are soft, blending together. I catch a few words, something about the meal, about how good the food was. They sound content. I drive west, toward Hot. Hot is one of the quieter neighborhoods at night. Tree-lined streets, sidewalks empty except for the occasional dog walker. I follow the woman's directions and pull up near a small park. A playground sits in the center, swings and slides. A merry-go-round, all empty now. Street lamps cast pools of yellow light on the pavement. "This is perfect," the woman says. "Thank you." The man hands me the fare, plus a little extra. "Thank you," I say. They get out and walk toward a house across the street. The man puts his arm around the woman's shoulders. She leans into him. They disappear inside. I sit there, watching the empty playground. The swings move slightly in the breeze, back and forth, back and forth. I pick up the radio. "This is 7. I'm heading in for the night." "Copy, 7. See you tomorrow." "Yeah, see you tomorrow." I set the radio down. I drive back toward the cab lot. The streets are quieter now. Fewer cars, fewer people. The city is settling into its night rhythm. I pass through downtown. The tall buildings are lit up, glowing against the dark sky. I pass through shrubbery, through cypress flats. Finally, I reach the lot. The gate is still open. A few cabs are already parked inside. The night shift drivers are out now. I pull into my usual spot and turn off the engine. The silence is sudden. I sit there for a moment, hands resting on the steering wheel. My shoulders are stiff, my back aches a little, but it's a good ache, the kind that comes from a full day of work. I get out and lock the cab. The office trailer is still lit. I can see Eddie inside, filling out paperwork. I walk over and knock on the door frame. He looks up. "All done?" "Yeah." I hand him the keys. He hangs them back on the board. "Good day," he asks. "Steady," I say. He nods. "That's good." He makes a note on his clipboard. "See you tomorrow." "Yeah, same time." "All right. Get some rest." "You too." I leave the office and walk toward the gate. The streets are darker now. I walk the same route I took this morning, but everything looks different at night. The laundromat is closed, its windows dark. The corner store is still open, but barely. A single fluorescent light buzzes inside. The taco stand is gone. Hector packed up hours ago. I pass the small park. The old man who feeds the pigeons is long gone. The benches are empty. A cat crosses the street in front of me, its eyes glowing green in the darkness. I keep walking. 6 blocks. The same 6 blocks I walk every day. But I don't mind. There's something comforting about it. The repetition, the familiarity, knowing exactly where I am, where I'm going. I reach my building and climb the stairs. The hallway is quiet. No TV sounds tonight. No coughing. Just silence. I unlock my door and step inside. The apartment is dark. I flip the light switch. The single bulb overhead flickers, then glows steady. Everything is where I left it. The bed, the kitchenette, the window. I close the door behind me and lock it. I walk to the sink and wash the coffee mug from this morning. The water is warm. I scrub it clean, rinse it, and set it on the drying rack. Then I fill a glass with water and drink it slowly. My throat is dry. The water is cold and good. I sit on the edge of the bed and unlace my shoes. My feet ache. I wiggle my toes, feeling the relief. I pull off my work shirt and hang it back in the closet. Then my jeans, my socks. I put on a t-shirt and a pair of sweatpants. Comfortable, soft. I walk to the window and look out. The street below is quiet. A car passes. Its taillights fade into the distance. A few windows glow in the building across the street. People awake, people living their lives. I stand there for a while. The city never really stops. Even now, in the quiet hours, it's alive, breathing, and I'm part of it. A small part, invisible, maybe, but part of it. I close the curtain and turn off the light. The room falls into darkness. Only the faint glow from the street lamps outside seeps through the edges of the curtain. I lie down on the bed. The sheets are cool against my skin. I close my eyes. I think about the day, the faces, the passengers, the streets, the woman with the groceries, the couple from the concert, the surfer, all those little moments, little connections, here, then gone, but they mattered. In some small way, they mattered. My breathing slows, my body relaxes. The sounds of the city drift through the window, distant, soft. A car horn, far away. The hum of an airplane passing overhead. The wind moving through the palm trees. Tomorrow, I'll wake up before the alarm. I'll make coffee. I'll walk to the lot. I'll drive. The same routine, the same rhythms. And that's okay, because this is my life. Simple, steady, familiar. A taxi driver in Los Santos. Just one person in a city of millions, doing my part, living my life, one fare at a time. I take a deep breath, and slowly, quietly, I drift off to sleep. Sleep comes gently, not all at once, but in waves. My mind drifts. Images flicker behind my closed eyelids. The streets I drove today, the faces in my rearview mirror, the sun on the ocean, the Ferris wheel turning. Everything blurs together softly. The sounds of the city fade into something distant, like they're coming from another room, another world. I sink deeper into the mattress, deeper into the quiet. Somewhere in the building, a door closes. Soft, careful footsteps in the hallway, slow and measured. Someone coming home late. The footsteps fade. A key turns in a lock. Another door closes. Silence again. I shift slightly, pulling the thin blanket up over my shoulder. The fabric is worn and soft from years of washing. It smells like detergent and the faint mustiness of this apartment. It smells like home. In my half-sleep, I think about tomorrow. The alarm that won't go off, because I'll wake before it. The coffee I'll make in the small electric kettle. The walk to the lot. The same 6 blocks. The same morning light. Eddie will be there. He's always there, handing out keys, making notes on his clipboard. Cab 7, or maybe cab 12. Tomorrow, or 5. It doesn't matter. They're all the same. 4 wheels, an engine, a meter, tools for the job. My breathing deepens, in, out, slow and steady. The rhythm of rest. Outside, a siren wails in the distance. Police, or ambulance, or fire truck. It's hard to tell. They all sound the same after a while. The sound rises, peaks, then fades away. Someone, somewhere, is having an emergency, but not here, not in this room. Here, there is only quiet, only rest. The woman going to the airport, the passengers again, leaving something behind. Mr. Patel, coming home from his trip, happy to be back. The old woman going to the doctor, worrying about her daughter, worrying about her. The couple from the concert, laughing, glowing with joy. The surfer with wet hair and sand on his feet. All these lives, intersecting with mine for just a few minutes, then diverging again, going their separate ways. Do they remember me? Probably not. I'm just the driver, just the person who got them from one place to another, and that's fine. That's the job. I don't need to be remembered. I just need to be there, steady, reliable, part of the city's machinery. The ceiling fan clicks above me. One rotation, click. Another rotation, click. The sound is hypnotic. It pulls me deeper. I drift, not quite asleep, not quite awake, floating in that in-between space where thoughts come slowly, where time doesn't mean much. I see the streets in my mind, empty streets, middle of the night streets, the kind I don't usually drive. That's the night shift driver's world, but I know what they look like. I've seen them before, on the rare nights when I couldn't sleep, when I stood at my window and looked out. The streets glow under the street lamps, orange light on empty pavement, neon signs buzz in the darkness, bar signs, strip club signs, 24-hour liquor stores. A few people walk, alone, mostly, heads down, moving with purpose, or without it. Los Santos at 3 in the morning is a different city, quieter, stranger, more raw, but still the same city, still home. My body relaxes completely now, arms heavy at my sides, legs still, shoulders loose. The tension of the day melts away, the ache in my back, the stiffness in my neck, the tiredness in my eyes, all of it fades. I think about the ocean, the way it looked this evening, dark water stretching to the horizon, the waves rolling in, steady, endless, never stopping, one after another, after another. The surfer was right. There's something about the water, something that clears your mind. Maybe I should try it someday. Wake up early, drive to the beach, wade into the water, feel the cold shock of it, the pull of the current. Maybe, someday, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll drive, like I always do, like I always have. Outside, the city hums, a low, constant sound, like breathing, the sound of millions of people, millions of lives, all happening at once. Some asleep, some waking, some resting, some laughing, some crying, all of it together, all of it connected. The great sprawling mess of Los Santos, beautiful and ugly and everything in between. I love this city. I don't think I've ever said that out loud. Maybe I've never even thought it clearly before, but I do. I love it. Not because it's perfect. It's not. It's dirty. It's crowded. It's loud. There's crime. There's poverty. There's loneliness. But there's also life. So much life. And I get to be part of it. Every day, every fair, every street. My mind drifts further. Thoughts become softer, less formed. Images without words. Feelings without shape. The blanket is warm around me. The pillow is soft beneath my head. The mattress supports my weight. Everything is still. Everything is safe. I think about nothing now. Just exist. Just breathe. In, out, in, out. The click of the ceiling fan fades. The sounds of the city fade. Only rest. The thoughts fade. Sleep. There is only darkness. Dreamless sleep. The kind of sleep that heals, that restores, that prepares you for the next day, for the next shift, for the next fair hours pass. The night deepens, the city moves through its own rhythms, its own cycles. Bar closing time, late night food runs, taxis carrying people home. But I'm not part of that now. Now, I rest. Somewhere in the building, a baby cries, a soft, distant sound, then a voice, soothing, gentle. A train passes, the crying stops in the distance, silence again. The long, low horn echoing across the city. Freight trains, moving through the night, carrying goods from one place to another. Like me, but bigger, louder, still, the same idea, movement, connection, purpose. The horn fades, I sleep on. Time becomes meaningless, minutes or hours, it doesn't matter. There is only this moment, this rest, this peace. The darkness is complete. No dreams trouble me, no worries wake me. The city continues around me, existing. People live their lives, make their choices, go their own ways. And I'll be there tomorrow to help some of them, to drive them, to listen to them, to be part of their stories for a little while. But tonight, I am only mine, only myself, only a person, sleeping in a small apartment, in a big city, under a vast sky. The night holds me gently, like the city itself, like the routine, like the familiar streets. Everything is as it should be. Everything is right. My breathing is barely perceptible now. Slow, so slow, in, out, in, out. The ceiling fan continues, its endless rotation. Click, click, click. A meditation, a rhythm, a lullaby. Outside, the stars shine above Los Santos, hidden by the city lights. But there, nonetheless, distant, ancient, unchanging, watching over everything, over the skyscrapers and the suburbs, over the ocean and the hills, over the highways and the alleys, over me. I don't see them, but I know they're there. My eyes are closed. Just like I know the city is there. Just like I know tomorrow will come. Some things you don't need to see to know. Some things you just trust. And so I sleep, deeply, completely, peacefully. The night stretches on. Hours blend together. Time flows like water, like the waves on the beach, like traffic on the highway. Constant, inevitable, natural. My body repairs itself as I sleep. Muscles relax, cells regenerate, energy restores. This is what rest is for. This is why we sleep. to be ready, to be whole, to be able to face another day. And I will. When morning comes, when that first pale line of orange light creeps through the gap in the curtain, I'll wake. I'll make my coffee. I'll walk my 6 blocks. I'll take the keys from Eddie. I'll drive. But that's tomorrow. Right now, there is only this. Only sleep. Only the deep, quiet darkness of night. The building settles around me. Old wood and old concrete, creaking softly. The sounds of a structure at rest. We're the same. This building and I, worn, used, still standing, still serving our purpose. The blanket rises and falls with my breathing. Barely moving, almost imperceptibly, but there, alive. Outside, a car passes. The sound of its engine rises and fades. Then silence again. Someone, somewhere in the city, is driving right now. Maybe one of the night shift drivers, ferrying someone home from a late shift, or a party, or a mistake, just at a different hour. They're doing what I do. We're connected, all of us drivers, by the roads, by the work, by the city itself. We're part of something larger than ourselves, part of the flow, part of the system, part of Los Santos. I sink even deeper, past thoughts, past images, past awareness, into the deepest part of sleep. The place where nothing exists but pure rest. The night embraces me, and I let it, completely, fully, without resistance. I am asleep. I am at peace. Not suddenly, not the darkness begins to lift, just gradually, gently, the way night always gives way to morning. The first change is so subtle, I don't notice it. Still deep in sleep, my body senses it before my mind does. The quality of the darkness shifts, from pure black to something softer, deep blue, then lighter blue, the color of the sky before the sun arrives. My breathing continues, steady, slow, but something is changing. Some internal clock, wound by years of routine, begins to turn. A bird calls outside, just one, a single note, then silence. Then another bird answers, a different voice, a different song. The morning chorus begins. My mind drifts closer to the surface, still asleep, but not as deeply. Dreams flicker now, brief and formless. A street, a passenger, a conversation I can't quite hear. Nothing concrete, just impressions. The residue of a day lived. The light grows stronger. That thin line appears at the edge of the curtain. Orange, then pink. Dawn in Los Santos. Golden. My eyes move beneath their lids, not quite ready to open, but aware of the light, the sound, the slow return of the world. In the building, life begins to stir. A toilet flushes somewhere above me. Water runs through pipes in the walls. A door opens, closes. Someone coughs. The sounds of people waking, preparing, beginning their days. I take a deeper breath. The air fills my lungs, cool and clean. I exhale slowly. My fingers twitch slightly, unconscious. My legs shift, the body waking itself up. The ceiling fan still clicks above me. Click, click. It's been turning all night, will turn all day, constant, reliable, like the city itself. Outside, a car starts. The engine turns over, coughs, then settles into a steady idle. A door slams. The car pulls away, the sound fading down the street. Someone going to work, or coming home, or just going. The city in motion again. I become more aware of my body, the weight pressure of the blanket, of the pillow, the cool air on my face. I'm still comfortable, still resting, but I'm rising now, slowly, toward wakefulness. The light continues to grow, brighter now. The sun must be close to the horizon. That pale orange glow, that means the day has truly begun. I hear footsteps in the hallway, heavier than last night, more purposeful. Someone walking quickly, maybe late for something. The footsteps fade down the stairs. A truck rumbles past on the street below, deep and loud, then gone. The birds are singing in full now. A dozen voices, maybe more, overlapping, calling, answering, their morning ritual. Like mine, like everyone's. I take another breath, this one fuller, deeper. My chest expands, my shoulders lift slightly. I'm almost awake now, my eyes open, just a little, just enough to see the dim outline of the room, the ceiling, the fan turning, the window with its faint glow. Everything familiar, everything in its place. I lie still for a moment longer, no need to rush. The alarm hasn't gone off, hasn't even had the chance. I woke first, like I always do. I think about the day ahead. In a few minutes, I'll get up, make coffee, walk to the lot. Eddie will be there. The keys will be waiting. Cab 7 or another number, it doesn't matter. The roads will be the same, the passengers different, but the work, the rhythm will be familiar. Another day in Los Santos, another shift, another chance to be part of this vast, I close my eyes again, the city, just for a moment, not to sleep, just to rest in this quiet space between night and day, this peaceful pause. I listen to the sounds, the birds, the distant traffic, the building creaking and settling, all of it blending together into the morning symphony of the city. I think about yesterday, all the passengers, all the streets, all the small moments, each one a thread in the larger fabric, each one part of the pattern. And today will add more threads, more moments. The pattern will grow, the fabric will expand, and I'll be there, driving through it, part of it. I open my eyes fully now. The room is brighter. The light from the window has spread, touching the walls, the floor, the foot of the bed. Morning has arrived. I sit up slowly. My back is stiff. I stretch, feeling my spine pop gently. My feet find the floor, the carpet rough and familiar. I stand. I walk to the window and pull the curtain aside. The street below is already waking up. A jogger in bright yellow shorts, the same one as yesterday, or someone else wearing the same colors. It's hard to tell. A man stands at the corner, waiting for a bus, maybe, or just waiting. A woman walks a small dog. The dog stops to sniff every few feet. The woman waits patiently. The sky is clear, pale blue with wisps of orange still clinging to the horizon. It's going to be a beautiful day. I let the curtain fall and move to the kitchenette. The electric kettle sits on the counter, right where I left it. I fill it with water, press the button. It begins to hum. While the water heats, I wash my face in the small bathroom sink. The water is cold, shocking. It wakes me up completely. I look at myself in the mirror, same face as always. A little tired, a little worn, but okay. I'm okay. The kettle clicks off. I make my coffee, the same mug, the same instant granules, the same spoonful of sugar. I stir it slowly, watching the steam rise. I take the mug to the window and stand there, sipping. The coffee is hot and bitter and good. It grounds me, brings me fully into the day. More people on the street now. The city is waking up fully. Cars pass more frequently. Voices drift up from below. Los Santos is alive. I finish the coffee and set the mug in the sink. I'll wash it later, like I always do. I move to the closet and pull out my work shirt. Pale blue company logo on the chest. Downtown Cabco. I put it on, button it slowly, bottom to top, then jeans, socks, shoes. I check myself in the mirror by the door. Ready. I grab my keys, my wallet, my phone. Take one last look around the apartment. Everything is as it should be. I open the door and step into the hallway. The television is already playing somewhere. Muffled voices, morning news, probably. I walk down the hall to the stairs, down one flight, then another. The lobby is quiet. The half-dead plant in the corner looks no different than it did yesterday. I push through the front door and step outside. The air is fresh, cool. The sun is higher now, warming the streets. I turn left and start walking, past the laundromat, past the corner store, past the taco stand that isn't open yet. The same route, the same 6 blocks, each step familiar, each crack in the sidewalk known. I pass the small park. The old man is already there, sitting on his bench. The pigeons cluster around his feet. He looks up as I pass. I nod. He nods back. No words, just acknowledgement. 2 people sharing the same morning, the same city. I keep walking. The cab lot appears ahead. The gate is open. The office trailer glows with light. I can hear the radio playing inside. I step through the gate and head toward the office. Eddie is at his desk, coffee in hand, clipboard in front of him. He looks up as I knock on the doorframe. Morning, he says. Morning, I reply. He slides the clipboard across the desk. I sign in. Cab 7 again today, he says, tossing me the keys. I catch them. Thanks. Radio's working. Check in every 2 hours. Will do. He waves me off, already turning back to his paperwork. I walk toward the cabs. Cab 7 sits where it always does. Yellow and dented and familiar. I unlock the door and slide into the driver's seat. The seat molds to my shape. The rearview mirror is already adjusted. The fuel gauge shows half a tank. Everything is ready. I turn the key, the engine coughs, sputters, then roars to life. I let it idle for a moment, listening, feeling. Everything sounds good. I shift into gear and pull out of the lot. The street spreads before me. The city waits. Another day, another shift, another chance to drive, to listen, to be part of something larger. I turn onto the main road and merge into the morning traffic. The sun climbs higher. The light grows brighter. Los Santos comes fully alive around me, and I drive, steady, reliable, present. A taxi driver in a vast city. One person among millions, doing my part, living my life, one fare at a time. The radio crackles. Any units near Del Paro, we've got a pickup. I reach for the radio. This is 7. I'm close. I'll take it. Copy. 7. Corner of Palomino and Bay. On my way, I turn left at the next intersection. The streets are familiar. I know them all. Every turn, every light, every landmark. And I am home. This is my city. I drive on. These are into the day, into the light, into the endless rhythm of Los Santos. The engine hums beneath me. The wheels turn. The city flows past. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I know that tonight I'll return. I'll walk those 6 blocks home. I'll climb those stairs. I'll make my simple dinner. I'll stand at my window and watch the sun set. And then I'll sleep, deep and dreamless and peaceful. And tomorrow I'll wake again. Before the alarm, I'll make my coffee. I'll walk to the lot. I'll drive. The same routine, the same rhythm, the same life. And it will be enough. It will be everything. Because this is who I am. A taxi driver in Los Santos. Simple, steady, home.